Hi guys, George here from Zero Period Productions, and today in Skyrim we're taking a look at orcs become chief to the Stronghold of Vosh Krazak, which is kind of a mouthful, so I'll just be calling it Become an Orc Chief for the sake of this video. Become an Orc Chief comes from WordsAboutWords and is currently only available for Skyrim Special Edition on PC. That being said, this is a new mod, and in the short time that it's been out, the mod author has already made several updates to it. So here's hoping that it might get backported to Skyrim Classic, or even brought over to Xbox One. One thing that the Skyrim modding scene lacks is orc representation, and this mod definitely helps to fill that void a little bit. To get started, you'll need to be around level 10 or so, and of course, you need to be an orc. In the very first release of the mod, you could only become chief as a male character. Since a female chief isn't lore friendly, the mod author made it so that female characters could become the wife of a new chief, with you essentially ruling for them behind the scenes. Once you've met the base requirements and find yourself in the southwestern parts of Skyrim, you'll get a quest indicating that you have sent a challenge to a local chief, wishing to claim chiefdom for yourself. Wait for a response from Slob Small Stones. Oh. Well, that's an unfortunate name. No wonder I'm gonna try and take over as chief. Is this really the name of my rival, of the guy that I have sent a challenge to Slob Smallstones. That's gotta be a testicles joke, right? That's gotta be a joke about him having small balls, right? I guess let's wait. I guess let's see how long it takes for my challenge to be heard. Okay, I figured that it was gonna come via courier, so I said, let's go to a city.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
I like your hat.
Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
It's a good look for you. Letter from Slob Smallstones. If you think I'm gonna let you take my stronghold just because of some challenge, you're insane. No. No challenge, no single combat, no more Code of Malakath. This is my mountain, and any orc that wants to take it from me is gonna have to go through my warband first. To oblivion with the old ways and to oblivion with Malakath. You backward troll lovers can take your code and stuff it. He really does have small stones, huh? Doesn't have the stones to fight me one-on-one to respect the old ways? Alright, I see how this is gonna be. So I don't want to travel to just Bilegulch directly. I feel like that would be terrible. I feel like I'd get murdered immediately. Let's walk from Fort Sungard. Now, it's probably worth noting that this is on a relatively new character. I made this character for the intent purpose of this mod, of becoming an orc chief as an orc. And granted, the mod says you can do this at a minimum of level 10, but it also says that at level 10, it's going to be a little bit harder, that it's going to be a hard fight that early on in the game. That being said, I also absolutely understand the idea that, you know, becoming an orc chief is maybe something you would do a little bit later on. Is something you would do probably level 30, 40, even higher. It's not something you would do right out the gate. It's not something you would do very, very early on in the game. I feel like that's something you need to build up to almost, with a more established character. I also want to know what the mod author's idea of hard is, because different mod authors mean different things when they say that. When it comes to difficulty in a mod, are we talking, hey, I'm gonna fight 500 people all by myself? Do we mean I'm gonna have just tanks and health sponges? Damage sponges? I guess we'll see. I'm really curious right now. Oh, I see it. I see the gates of my new stronghold. Oh, okay. They're all angry. That's a few dots. It's not 500, so I mean, I knew I was over-exaggerating by saying that. But I also don't have any shouts.
While you can.
Because I'm not doing this necessarily as a Dragonborn, I'm just doing this as an orc looking to make a name for himself. I might just need to take this carefully, because there's a lot of them, and I don't necessarily have that much stuff on me. You would think that at least maybe one of these orcs would also be a little bit more traditional and be like, wait a second, we're gonna fight Mr. Smallstone's battles for him? Just saying.
I'll show you what.
Like, hey, maybe recognize that, you know, as I cut a swath through all of you guys, that maybe this isn't your best decision. Maybe this isn't your best option.
I think you're bleeding.
Also, what, am I just gonna rule over the ashes if I kill all the people here in the fortress? Is there gonna be anyone left, even? Okay, here we go. Well, let me see what potions we got over here. Hold on one second. Potion of True Shot does not help me out at all.
I'll skin you alive.
And... ooh, right on the head. Perfect. Oh, I missed on that follow-up shot. Decided to go for a two-handed because when I think a traditional orc chieftain, I think someone who's gonna bash
You puny weak.
some heads in. Someone who's gonna just break some skulls. So Warhammer, that's the way to go. Yeah, there's not gonna be anyone left in the Stronghold. Oh, we're killing Slob's mother! Oh man, I wish I could keep you alive to watch me murder your son. Oh, what's it like to know that your son is such a coward? What's it like?
I cannot.
You cannot best me. You're goddamn right. Oh look, little Malkath statue. Ironic that you've forsaken the old ways. Can I talk to him at all? Is he gonna surrender and then I can just choose to execute him anyway? I sure hope so. Oh. So yeah, it still has
It's nothing.
bandits here. This is a vanilla location and there's still a couple bandits here. They all seem to be orcs. They're still just labeled as
You're a
bandits.
fool to fight me.
I can't remember if there were originally only orcs here, but I don't think so.
I'll skin you alive.
Okay, I gotta be careful here.
While you can. Give up while you still can.
Gotta be a little careful here. Might be using up a lot of my potions.
Puny weakling.
Ooh! I'm gonna focus on the bodyguards first.
I fought worse. You're a fool.
Try and take them one at a time. Your mom's dead, by the way.
I'll show you what a real orc can do.
So, you know, just give up now. Oh, come on. Okay, almost. It's gonna be all my potions. Although I guess I don't really need them past this. I wouldn't need them beyond this. Right on the head. Oh, Slob. Your small stones are mine. Oh, wait. There's one more. What? He was not there a second ago. Matter he was really, really hiding from me. Anyone else want to come out and say hello to the new chief? No, I didn't think so. Now Slob. Oh, he has a note from his mother. Slob, this is your mother. I hear you've made a real mess of things. I always knew you were a coward, but I never thought you'd be stupid enough to refuse a challenge. I'm coming over to take charge and sort this mess out. When I get there, you better listen and obey, or I'll tell everyone about how you bribed that giant to challenge Nob to a headbutting contest. What would you do without me? I'm glad your father isn't alive. He'd... Oh, there's no second page. Well then. Now I'll never know what the father would do. Now I'll never know, because the mom's dead, so I can't exactly ask her, now can I? 2 weeks have passed. Hello?
This better be good.
Oh. Okay.
May your weapons be sharp and your prey fresh.
Okay then. That's a little bit much for me. Well, there's supposed to be other people. There's supposed to be a few other people here, and I want to take a look around the camp. Wise woman of the Orc clans, of my Orc clan, what say you? Oh man, you're even prettier than the last one. Love your home, but you're a little bit much.
All right then.
I just want to look around. It's a beautiful amount of decoration. It's a good amount of clutter. I love the blue fire. It gives this kind of arcane, magical feel to it. Oh, here's a third one. Rolzera?
Good.
Yeah, none of them have dialogue, but they're all followers. They're all your followers. They're actually all your wives. Orc chiefs have multiple wives. Usually there's a hunt wife, a forge wife. I'll check the mod page specifically so I can make sure that I'm naming all the correct people. Ooh! Okay, this is beautiful. This is really, really nice. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, okay. That explains why everyone's so clean and nice. We actually bathe. We're the only people in all of Skyrim that bathe. Us. The orcs. And here is my hut. Here's my home. Note from Bilegulch. Husband, as wise woman of this tribe, I'm writing on behalf of myself and the other wives to let you know that we have certain expectations with regards to running of this stronghold. First off, I am wise woman, Rolzera is hunt's wife, and Sloza is forge wife. See, there you go. There's your information. Those positions and authority they carry and the traditional mind share are all non-negotiable and are a condition of our marriage. I will not tolerate you giving away the wise woman's hut to your mother or aunt if she trundles up the steps one day. If you convince any other wives to join this tribe, we expect them to start at the bottom and earn their way. They'll advance when we say so, and if you try to play favorites, I'll tell Rolzera to gut you, and she'll do it too. I don't care how pretty the newcomer is if she's new, she starts in the mines and doesn't leave until Sloza says she's ready. Second, we expect you to get raiding and bring back riches. I've heard you're good at killing people, otherwise you wouldn't be chief right now. Well, go kill some things and take their stuff. We're here because this is a rare opportunity, and it's not every day that a stronghold starts again from scratch, with all the top positions to be filled. But we all left other opportunities for this chance. I left the college and my sister Sloza turned down a very good offer for second forge wife in Narzlbur. I'm sure I don't need to remind you that Narzlbur has a very rich ebony mine and a full-sized longhouse. A bigger share of a smaller stronghold is not an uncommon choice, but it only makes sense if that stronghold is actually bringing in gold. If you can manage it to abide by all the above, and the moons are properly aligned, then maybe we'll see about bearing some children, if we're not busy. I guess I'm not really in charge here then. Doesn't seem like it, huh? Oh, yeah, okay. So one thing I love is I love the models, the textures, the new designs and everything to really, really make this feel a little bit more homey, to make the beds, the furniture, the chests and everything feel more orcish in nature. Oh, look, that's toilet paper. Oh, I see. No door. So, I guess anyone can just watch me poop. Always good. Here we go. Knob.
What are you looking at?
We can ask him. Oh, his tattoos are very, very vibrant. I guess everyone here has very, very vibrant tattoos, though. Are all the Orc Strongholds guarded?
The Strongholds keep to themselves. Skyrim hasn't always been kind to the Orcs. For an outsider like you to be accepted, an Orc would have to make you blood kin and send word to the chiefs.
I'm a chief. Am I not bloodkin already?
Gladly. By the Code of Malakath, I name you blood brother to the Orcs.
Okay, there you go. Perfect.
I'll send word to the Strongholds to let you in as one of our own.
Alright, there you go. That was easy enough. So that's the gist of becoming the chief. But there's a bit more to the mod in its current state. As we saw, the mod adds a few new followers. Your 3 wives, Bilegulch the Wise Woman, Sloza the Forge Wife, and Rosalra the Huntswife, as well as Nob, your blood brother. Should you be playing a female character, Nob will be the actual chief, and you'll rule alongside him as one of his wives. On that note, the mod author seems to really like the penis puns. Nob, Smallstones, it's not just me, right? Also, Nob and Smallstones were brothers, so I guess it's a family thing. You can find notes around the settlement from some members of your clan in order to get some more information on them. Since there's no voice acting or new dialogue lines for the mod, this is currently the only means of delivering that characterization. In addition to these followers, you also have a guard in your settlement, who keeps an eye on the main gate. And in one of the more recent updates, the mod author has made it so that you can recruit 5 of the vanilla orcs from the game, from their different strongholds, including Borgak from Morhagazgar and Gorbash from Dushnik Yal. It makes sense that you'd want to grow your clan beyond just your wives, your blood brother, and 1 guard. That's not much of a clan after all. That being said, it doesn't look like there's enough beds or buildings to accommodate for the new arrivals, which to me means that it might be worth considering expanding the region and boundaries of the stronghold. Bilegulch notes that you don't have a longhouse. Why not have that be something that the mod builds up to? Take a note from some of Lowcaster's mods, or the various Hearthfire inspired mods out there, and have a means to improve the structures and region so that you could become a more affluent tribe in time. Now, this is just me spitballing ideas, since I don't know what exactly the mod author has planned for future updates, but I see a lot of really cool ways in which this could be expanded upon. One thing I love about this mod is the depiction of orc lore, something that really isn't touched upon much in Skyrim, but the strongholds are meant to be a place where orcs can feel more at home, embrace their traditions and customs. It's where we should be able to learn more about them. Now, my one criticism in the mod is in regards to the orcs and how they appear by default. As I said, I think Skyrim's modding scene is lacking in regards to orc representation, but I'm not necessarily crazy about the mod's take on them. They almost look too plasticky, they're too prettied up, and it doesn't necessarily fit in. Orcs are a cursed people. They're not really supposed to look like supermodels. Hell, I know the Elder Scrolls Online prettied up orcs a bit, and even that has been a source of criticism in the past. This, however, is ESO's version of orcs, but on steroids, or Botox, or both, frankly. The mod author also included the nude textures for the followers in the mod, because, hey, if you're already making your orcs look super hot, you're probably going all the way with it as it is. Building off of that, the mod author has also made a couple optional files in case this orc aesthetic isn't necessarily to your liking, and we'll take a look at that right now. The first of these 2 is the Bien version, meant for a more balanced look that's still meant to look a bit fantastical. The second one we have is the Mature version, said to be more grounded and even more believable skin. I definitely prefer the Mature version, as it adds a little bit more of that rugged look to the characters, but it's still a little too out there for me. They don't really feel or look like they match the other orcs across the game. They don't have that same rugged feeling. This, of course, is my personal opinion, and I know that I might even be in the minority on this one. In the end, everyone wants their NPCs and followers to look a certain way. I've always just been in the camp of wanting my characters to look more like a better version of their vanilla variants. On top of this, the optional files include some alternative hair textures, to maybe make the hairs look a little bit less shiny and hopefully a little bit more realistic. As I mentioned, the mod originally only let male characters pursue the questline, due to the lore of being an orc chief. The update that added a questline for female characters has the slightly different version in order to maintain that lore friendliness. Still, you do have to be an orc to pursue these quests at all. But if you're not looking to make an orc character at all, you can use console commands to set this, which I'm including on screen now. It's definitely not recommended though, and if this is a mod that you're looking to play, I think the requirements are pretty fair. Minimum of level 10 to take on the quest? That's really not too bad. The author also lists several recommended mods, although there's none that are absolutely required. This ranges from orc player homes to landscape overhauls and follower frameworks. The one mod from this list that I've decided to use is Spice of Life, Orc Stronghold textures, to help pretty up the orcish architecture. I mean, hey, I'm the chief. I want my stronghold to look nice. I also discussed how I wish the stronghold included a longhouse, and while it doesn't, one of the recommended mods listed on the page does, which is actually not located too far from Bilegulch Mine. In terms of compatibility, there are a couple of possible issues. The first of which is that the mod makes major changes to the cells surrounding and including Bilegulch Mine. The reasoning behind this was that it's a more minor location with no real hook to it and is only used for a radiant quest from the companions. For this reason, it shouldn't cause too many issues for your game, unless of course you have other mods that make use of the Bilegulch Mine, specifically for the same reason that WordsAboutWords did. The only other compatibility issue comes from the Hendraheim home from Creation Club. The mod author hasn't found a fix for this yet, as he can't find the issue in Creation Kit itself, but still sees it in game. This is something he's working on long term, since it's not an easy fix. The version of the mod that you're seeing in this video might be outdated by the time you play the mod yourself, as WordsAboutWords has already updated the mod a few times in just a few weeks, and has listed out several ambitious plans for how to expand upon the mod. Regardless of which version you're playing, the idea behind the mod is an absolute slam dunk, and makes me want to see more orc-focused mods in the future. They really feel underutilized, both in the vanilla game and in the modding community. With any luck, maybe this is the big break we needed to have more mod authors focus on orc content moving forward. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.